Hello everyone, my name is Murat Soruc and welcome to 2021 TSTEM conference. Right, today we are going to talk about the building life-size solar cars as a PBL project. I'm working as district STEM coordinator for the Harmony Public Schools West District. Right, let's get started. Like I mentioned, we are going to talk about the solar car challenge today. Also, we are going to mention the 3 solar car teams in our school system. Also, we will talk about the project-based learning and how to implement the solar car challenge as a project. But mostly we are going to focus on the how to implement part. As we know, is the project-based learning, students are exposed to deep learning experiences that are inquiry-based, student-centered, and integrated to curriculum. But I want to focus on the Harmony approach. Our approach is to maintain a focus on standards-based and student-centered teaching while enriching and extending the learning of students through PBL projects. This is very important. And our goal is to promote not only collaborative skills and student ownership of learning, but also promote student success in state and national standards. Okay, we are going to visit our PBL Harmony TX webpage. But before we do that, this solar car project is level 3 project and is focused on a multidisciplinary and the addresses the each core content area using integrated technology. And the project must follow the ethical guidelines and must be conducted using fairly accessible materials. After students are done with this project, they will create an e-portfolio website. They will learn how to create this website and add in videos, add in pictures, add in text. Also, doing the background research about the solar car project and adding to the e-portfolio website. Also, they will connect these with the social studies and ELA about this project. Okay, let's go to here. Okay, this is our webpage, pbl.harmonytx.org. This is open to public and there are many resources about the PBL, especially middle school levels and high school levels under this tab. And we started this project-based learning in our schools with the 2013-14 year. And because of the Raise the Top PBL initiative, this was the biggest project in our school system to implement to our schools. Okay, I'm gonna show you the level 3 task for this advanced project. Okay, students need to complete this following tasks. There are 13, I'm sorry, there are 8 tasks, as you can see. They need to complete and publish to web. I'm gonna show you one example about this level 3 project. Okay, as you can see, the student created this web page and created the home page with the abstract and video. And the student put the background research, which is what is the project about, and then how to program it. Also, the student put the whole project here, as you can see, with the pictures, text, and coding part, everything here. Also, the ELA connection and social studies connection is here. The last step for this e-portfolio is the video part. After they are done with the whole project, they need to record a video and then put it on the main homepage. Okay. Now, for the solar car PBL project, let's talk about the possible content the student can integrate to this project. There will be a scientific method, of course. However, you using the scientific method in optimizing your car's performance and measuring the skills like distance, mass, time, energy, measuring the kinetic energy of the car, debate solar as a renewable resource source, and efficiency. This is the most important part for the solar car project. The car is supposed to be efficient, and because of the efficiency, it will get more laps in the race and then more miles. And technology is using like the speedometer and the voltmeter, ohmmeter to figure out the voltage of the battery, and using the motor controller, solar array controller to control those equipments. And engineering part is the building the car and collaboration, teamwork. Student needs to work together. And the most important part for this solar car challenge is to student collaboration. They need to build this car. They need to know every detail of the car, and they need to be able to fix it when they need it. Research part is to how have others made solar cars, like the planning part, and what worked well for them, how does an electric car work. This is going to be a whole about the planning for their future solar car. Now, shortly, let's talk about the solar car challenge here. They established this in 1993, and since then they are doing this every year, except last year because of the COVID-19. They had to cancel it, and hopefully they will continue this year also with the closed track event at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Dallas. Okay, I want to go to the Solar Car Challenge website to show you the rules and structure. Now, this is the website. You can access many informations from this website, from the event updates, event results, to the rules and rules updates. We are gonna check the rules right now. Okay. Okay, this is the manual for this race. You can find every detail and what do you need, like where you can buy those parts. There are some resources you can access. And let's start with the intent to race form. This is the first thing you need to do to attend this race. It starts around like September and then finishes January. You need to fill and send this form to be able to attend this race. And then there will be some documentations you need to collect, like supporting documents for the like battery pack, solar panels, the structure of the car, and the material specifications, and many other things you need to collect. But I just want to mention something here. It's very important for our students. As you know, the Texas is trying to implement the industry-based certifications, and they want us to implement this to in our schools to help our students to get certifications, get certified. And for this race, one of the document is the 3D design for the car. You need to use some kind of 3D software. What they recommend is the Adobe Inventor to create this 3D design. And since we are trying to implement the IBCs, this is going to be a very good opportunity for our students to learn how to use the Adobe Inventor. And at the end of this, they will be able to get the official exam for the Adobe Inventor. And if they pass, they will be IBC certified student. And this is the what we want and what the TA want from our students. Okay, purpose of this solar car challenge is the dedicated education development of science and engineering to students. Like I mentioned, they will be able to learn every steps of the engineering while they're building their solar car. Also, they will learn about the renewable energy sources, raise the public awareness. Okay, let's continue down. Okay, in this race, there are 4 divisions. First division is the classic division, and we are gonna go over the rules for this. These rules also applies to other 2 more division, which is the electric car division and cruiser division. These rules will apply that one. Also, there will be an advanced division. This will be apply that one too. Now, as you can see, let's start with the dimensions. There's a certain dimension for the cars. For the classic division, advanced division, and cruiser division, you need to follow these dimensions, which is 5 meters length, 1.6 meters high, and 1.8 meters width. The minimum height is going to be 1 meter. They are very strict about the rules. You need to follow like what it says. And Stability is important because you are building a life-size car, and there are two types of cars you can build. The first one is you can use 3 wheels, 2 wheels front, 1 wheel rear, or you can use 4 wheels car. But all cars needs to be stable in the road conditions. Suspension is recommended if you are going to cross-country event. This is highly recommended. You have to have suspensions, but for the close track, Texas Motor Speedway, it depends on your team. If they want to use it, they can use it, but it will be very helpful for your car, for the control of the car. Structural safety. Safety is the first priority in this challenge. You need to have many different safety features for your car. First one is the roll cage, which is, I will show you an illustration on the bottom. This will cover the upper body and driver head. And there must be a crash zone for your car to cover the whole driver body from bottom to top. Okay, this is the illustration. As you can see, this big bar here is the roll cage. It's supposed to cover the upper body and the head. Also, you need to have a crash zone. Now, this is a regular frame, but you have to have another frame within 10 centimeter dimension to make a extra safety zone for the driver. Okay, welding to frame, like you're building a life-size solar car, and you need to use some kind of metal. Usually they are using the steel metal and chromoly metal. Sometimes some teams are using the aluminum for their car because of it makes it so light, and this affects the efficiency of the car also. Okay, array configuration, there are two types of configuration: series and parallel connection for the array. You cannot pass the car size with the array. Like what was the size for the classic division is 5 meter by 1.8. You cannot pass this dimension. Okay, for the battery, for the classic car division and the solar, the electric car division and cruiser division, you need to use lead acid batteries. Those are deep cycle batteries, and you cannot exceed the 5 kilowatt hours at a 20-hour discharge rate. This is very important. If you pass like 1 watt, even a 1 watt, they are not going to accept that battery pack. For the electric car division is a little bit different. You have to have 2 battery packs for your car, and you cannot pass it 2 kilowatt hours at 20-hour discharge rate for each battery pack. We're going to talk about that because the electric car division has its own rules at the bottom. main battery pack fuse, of course, you need to protect your circuit. Your main battery pack fuse must be rated no more than 125% of the expected peak current draw. Now, this means this is very important. Like if we have a let's say 100 amp hour battery pack, and your fuse supposed to be 125 amp fuse, because if you put less than, it will burn it. If you put more, it's not gonna burn the fuse, but it will burn the cables. That's why it's supposed to be 125% of the current draw. Okay, these are the illustrations for the parallel and series battery packs. This is for the main battery. Also, you are going to have a secondary battery for the secondary systems. Battery enclosure is supposed to be a closed box, and it's supposed to have an intake and exhaust fans to cool down the battery. This is a requirement. If your driver component on the front side, you can do this, which means this battery pack behind the driver, and this one not recommended. If your driver behind the battery, which means you put the batteries in front of the car, this is kind of like safety issue. If somehow if somehow you crash the car, this battery pack will affect the driver also. This is not recommended. Supplemental batteries, which is secondary systems, like you need to power up your the like lights, the horn, like speedometer, and those kind of secondary systems. You need to have a secondary battery pack. Disconnect switches, this is another important part. In case of emergency, you need to cut off the main battery or the solar array because of the safety. Now, there is just one types of connection, is series connection. When you cut off one of the disconnect switch, it will cut the whole system for the battery or the solar array. Okay, this is another usage if you are using a relay contactor. If you have more than one power tracker, those are illustrations. Okay, visibility is important now for the classic division and advanced division. Some of the advanced cars, mostly they are using the array on the top, like this one, like this illustration. And visibility is very important here. You have to see almost everywhere on the car, like a real car. You're supposed to have the interior mirror to see the behind the car, also side mirrors to see the side of the car. This is the requirement for this. This is the rear visibility. The driver is supposed to see the cars behind it. Braking, there are some the test for the braking part, low speed and high speed. You're supposed to comply this requirement. warning systems. Now, this is another important part, and they are very strict about those warning system lights. You have to have signals and stop signal behind of the car, and turn signals like behind and front of the car, but also you have to have the hazard lights, which is you have to use, okay, this is the requirement, you need to buy this one, the echo lights 3510 or 3518. You cannot use any other warning lights other than this one. Audible warning, like your horn for your car, is supposed to be at least 92 decibels. Driver safety is you need to use 5-point lap and shoulder belt harness system to protect your driver. And windshield, this windshield is supposed to cover the head of the driver, okay, like somewhere here around. They're not going to accept other designs. It's supposed to cover the whole face of the driver. Fire extinguishers. This is another requirement in your car. You have to carry a fire extinguisher. If you are using a lead acid batteries, you can use the Class C fire extinguisher. But if you are using lithium batteries, which is you can use this only in advanced division cars, you have to have a Class D fire extinguisher. Radios, of course, your driver needs to contact with the team members in the pit area. You have to have a long range radios. Okay, now let's talk about the close track and cross country event. Close track event is happening in the Texas Motor Speedway. It's a 1.4 mile track. The more laps you do, you get more points for that one, and then this will affect your order in the scoreboard. And cross country event also, they are starting from the Texas Motor Speedway to another state. Like 1 year they went to the Florida, another year they went to the California. And this is happening every 2 years. 1 year is the cross track event, and second year is the cross country event. Okay, scrutiny. This is the inspection part. When you're done building your car and go to the Texas Motor Speedway, there will be 3 days inspection time, and you need to pass certain tests. You need to pass the required rules for your car. Like I said, they are very strict about the rules you need to follow. And after you pass every inspection, you will be able to race other 3 days. Okay, let's get into a little bit more about the divisions. Classic division, we just talk about the rules applies to classic division. And the most important part for this division is your solar modules, which is solar panels, is supposed to be 20% or below efficiency. There are some solar panels, it's more than 20%. you cannot use those types of solar panels. Advanced division, there is no requirement for this division. You can use any types of batteries, any types of motors, any types of solar panels. And electric solar powered car division, like I mentioned, you need to use 2 kilowatt-hour battery packs, and those are supposed to be deep cycle batteries. You have to have 2 battery pack. While you're using one of the batteries, the other battery pack is charging in the pit area. We are going to talk about that. And cruiser division is new. They just started 2 years ago, and you're supposed to have 4 seats, including the driver. Like, this is real car you're building. You're going to have a driver and 3 passengers in your car. There are many different rules here. You can go over later. Just want to go all the way down about the electric solar power car regulations. And this one has different length for the car dimensions, 4.5 meters and 1.5 height, 1.5 width. Also, another important part for this division is you need to build your solar panel charging station in the pit area. There will be no solar panels in this electric solar powered car, only the battery pack. Okay, these was the rules, and now let's go back our presentation. Like I mentioned, I'm going to talk about 3 teams. I just mentored 2 of those teams. This is the first one, Stalin Solar Car team. We attended this race in 2015. This is the team's picture. They are taking this picture like 2nd day or 3rd day of the race. And this is our team here, as you can see. And our car was the classic division car. And as you can see, on this car, there is no solar panel. This means electric powered car. For this car or these 2 cars, those are the advanced division cars. And other electric powered cars here also. Okay, this was my team. We had 4 boys, 1 girl. And this is our car. As you can see, we had 4 solar panels. And then we had the 3-wheel design, 2 in the front, 1 at the rear. And this is the driver cockpit. As you can see, those are the disconnect switches. And this is the throttle. This is the brakes here. They're asking you to make 2 separate brakes, one for the main brakes, second for the emergency brake. If one of them fails, you use other one. Okay, this is the behind the driver. As you can see, this is our main battery pack. There was 4 deep cycle batteries here, and it's as you can see, it's closed box. There are 2 fans here for the intake, and there are 2 at the back of the box for the exhaust. And this one is the secondary system battery. And this one controls the solar array, solar panel controller, and this one controls the motor for the car. And this is the fuse box and other fuses here. Okay, this is another picture. Okay, this is while we are building, we were planning to how to put it, how to fit it here. And as you can see, this is the motor part. It has just one wheel at the rear. And as you can see, we use the motorcycle swing arm for this design. Also, custom-made motor holder here, DC motor holder with the chain. Okay, this is another picture for the planning part. As you can see, we have a real car control arm here for the front, and this is the motorcycle swing arm. Okay, especially I wanted to show you this picture because the welding part is everything for the building the car. You need to have a good welder. Mostly you're buying almost every parts, every supplies from local stores, but when you're buying the welder, please buy a very powerful welders. This is one of them. This helps a lot to build the car. Okay, this is a video I wanted to show you.
And then you might want to try speeding up a little bit, okay? And then you might want to try speeding up a little bit.
Okay, let's talk about the second team I mentored. This is the Stallion Solar Car team. We attended the race 2017. We got the 5th place in the nation. We built an advanced division car for this race, and we got the 5th place. Okay, this is our car on the left side here, as you can see. If you see the difference, the classic division cars mostly have the arrays on the top, but advanced division cars have the solar array on the car, like this 3 here in the front. We started with the 6 students. This is my team. Just missing one of the students here. Now, this is from the Solar Car Conference. This happens a couple times in a year, but there's a biggest one, 2-day conference on January, week of the Martin Luther King, before the week of the Martin Luther King week. It's happening for 2 days, and it's very helpful for our students. There are many experienced team coming and presenting about their experiences, giving you lots of information, how to build the car, where to find the parts to purchase. It's very helpful for everyone attending this conference. Okay, this was our main goal for this team. And this is how we started to build our car. As I mentioned, we made an advanced division car for this race, and we used molds from donated donated from the Stanford Solar Car team. We just paid for the shipping for those molds. As you can see, this is the top part of the mold, and this is the bottom of the mold. And there was a big challenge about these molds. We had to fit the car inside this bottom part of the mold. That was the biggest challenge for our team. And what we used the carbon fiber material to build the top of the car. Eventually, and unfortunately, the bottom of the carbon fiber mold didn't work. We had to make another types of frame for the bottom part. Also, first time we used the hub motor. As I mentioned, the advanced division cars can use any types of motors and any types of batteries. We use the lithium polymer batteries. Yeah, this is building and designing parts. As you can see, like I mentioned before, you have to have an crash zone to protect your driver, which is this secondary part here covers the whole driver body, as you can see, and they accept this front part and the back part, which is you put the battery here as a protection. Okay, now the biggest challenge also was funding, sponsorship part. We work at the concession stands in the UT Austin Arena, and we got some donations from local stores, and we did some local school fundraisers to collect those monies. Now, since we are talking about the money, this is an expensive project for our students, challenging project. To build a car, if we are starting from the scratch, like the beginning, you need to spend around like at least $15,000 to $20,000, and unfortunately, you need to find some donations and fundraisers and work in the different places to collect those monies. But this helps our students to learn the life, like earn the money and increase their communication skills, especially. It will be very helpful to develop their skills during this project. Yeah, let's continue. This is another pictures from the frame. As you can see, we are building the A arms for the suspension system, and this is a spindle for the holding the tires. And as you can see, this is our hub motor here. I'll show you another picture for that one. And this is the crash zone. Also, like I mentioned, we had to fit this car inside the mold. Okay, that's why we did this type of frame design. And on the left, as you can see, this is our hub motor. This is less expensive than the regular DC motors, and it works very well. This was the idea we did for our bottom of the car. Like I mentioned, it didn't work with the carbon fiber, but we did the top of the mold with the carbon fiber and put our solar panels on that. Also, this is the technological part. There was a sponsor PyTap they provided us to some receiver and data connection modules to read data from the car. And this is the last product of the car from the race. We use some kind of material to cover the bottom part, but the top part is we are using the carbon fiber. As you can see, the windshield is covering the whole head of the driver, and this is the roll cage. This is another picture. Okay, this is another video. Let's watch this together. We are passing another team. This is also another advanced car.
There we go.
I think we made it like 35 miles an hour. This car.
I swear, about to come around.
Okay, another good opportunity for our students is attending the events after the race. This is one of the events we attended. This was the NASCAR 500, happened in the Texas Motor Speedway. Before the race day, as you can see, we ordered our solar cars here to make a kind of parade, and we made a one lap with the pace car before their race start. That was a good event for our students to promote our solar car program to public. Excuse me. I want to show you 2 more videos, and then I will continue with the third team. This was the first day of the race. We are just starting from the start. Waiting for the start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, School of Science and Technology.
Woo! I think these two.
Okay, this is the last video.
Come on, you're there.
Presidio, you're up 5.
Okay, now let's shortly talk about our third team. This Harmonic Solar Car team attended the race 2016, and these teams from our Brownsville campus. This is the team structure. The mentor was Mr. Lehman. And these are the specs for the electrical for this car. They use the deep cycle batteries, regular DC motor, and it shows the power of the solar array battery pack. This is the design for the another documentation actually. You need to do the main electrical system and secondary systems in some type of software to show them to your connection table. This was their car. As you can see, it has 3 wheels, 2 front, 1 rear. Vehicle name was the Cobra 2.0. Like I mentioned, you have many different event opportunities to promote your program and show your car to the public. In this way, you will get many support, also some sponsors to support your program. In 2016, they couldn't able to race, but they attended 2019 and they raced on that year. Other than these 3 teams, we also have 4 more teams from other campuses: Solar Technology and Research Club from the El Paso, Texas. They made 2 cars. Actually, one classic division, one advanced division car. And they attend this race 2015. Excuse me. And Harmonic Tigers, they attended 2016 too. They were from the San Antonio, Texas. Momentum, they were going to attend to 2020. They are from the Houston area schools, but since they canceled the event, they couldn't. Soul Stars, they attended 2019, but they couldn't attend the 2020. They are from the Dallas area school. Okay, I tried to explain the how to make the solar cars and how beneficial for the students working on this project, and how to implement as a PBL project, and another opportunity for our students, the IBCs. If you have any other questions, you can reach me from my email, which is msoruc@harmonytx.org. Thanks for listening, and thanks for coming to the 2021 TSTEM conference.